Hey there everyone, it's Thakard, and welcome back to the Blueberry series, a series designed to help new players learn game mechanics, tactics, and strategies in Heroes and Generals. So we have been going over all of the submachine guns, and now we are going to be talking about the Soviet ones. So today we got the PPD, the PPSH, and the PPS. So let's take a look at their stats and see which one I like the best. The PPD-40 unlocks for infantry, recon, and paratroopers at infantry assault level 1. For pilots, it unlocks at ground support level 10, and tankers have it unlocked as their initial weapon. The cost for the weapon is 50,000 credits, or 600 gold. For a captured version, you need to unlock it at PPD level 9. It will cost 250,000 credits, or 1,200 gold. The PPSH-41 unlocks at SMG Assault level 9. It costs 158,000 credits, or 1,900 gold. The unlocked version is unlocked at PPSH level 9 at 883,000 credits, or 3,800 gold. And the PPS-43 unlocks at SMG Assault level 11 for a cost of 225,000 credits, or 2,700 gold, and can be unlocked as a captured weapon at PPS level 9 for 1,311,000 credits, or 5,400 gold. Up next, we're covering the damage values. The PPD-40 does 26 damage at a 5 meter range, dropping to 8 damage at a 49 meter range, with a rate of fire of 650 RPM. It holds 71 rounds in the magazine and has a reload time of 4.2 seconds. It will require 6 points to equip, it has a maintenance load of 20 seconds, and a cost per shot of 0.17 credits. The PPSH does 26 damage at 5 meters, decreasing to 9 damage at 50 meters, with a rate of fire of 850 RPM. A magazine size of 71 will take you 4.3 seconds to reload. It also requires 6 equipment points with a maintenance load of 20 seconds. The cost per shot is 0.14 credits. Lastly, the PPS does 34 damage at 11 meters, decreasing to 15 damage at 53 meters. The rate of fire is 550 RPM with a magazine size of 35. It will take you 3 seconds to reload and requires 6 equipment points. It has a slightly longer maintenance load at 22 seconds and has the lowest cost per shot of 0.13 credits. As a starting SMG, the PPD is in a league of its own. With 71 rounds in the magazine, you can have an extended battle, and at 650 RPM, you can throw those rounds downrange at a very rapid rate. In fact, there is only one other SMG that has a higher rate of fire, and that is the PPSH. With its rate of fire of 850, the PPSH is the fastest firing gun in the game outside of the MG42. It also can stay in the fight for a long time with 71 rounds in that magazine. The problem with both the PPD and PPSH is that their damage falloff begins at 5 meters, which is quite close. So if you're up close and personal, either of these weapons is an absolute joy to use. The PPS, on the other hand, has a slower rate of fire and a smaller magazine, but it does more damage up close at 34, and it doesn't start losing that damage value until 11 meters. That is twice the distance of the PPD and PPSH when they start to lose damage due to range. Up next, we have the time to kill values. The PPD will take 276 milliseconds to kill an unarmored target at the near range. It will take 370 milliseconds to kill a bronze, silver, or gold armored target at those near ranges as well. Then things get a little shaky. At a far range against an unarmored target, it will take 1,107 milliseconds to kill someone. Bronze and gold, 1,292 milliseconds to kill someone. And at gold, 1,476 milliseconds to kill a target. The PPSH, on the other hand, will kill a target near and unarmored in 211 milliseconds. Bronze, silver, and gold armored targets will take 282 milliseconds to kill. Far targets that are unarmored, 776 milliseconds. Bronze and silver, 847 milliseconds at the far range. Gold armored targets at the far range will take 988 milliseconds to take out. Lastly, we have the PPS. Its near unarmored TTK is 218 milliseconds. TTK for bronze, silver, and gold armored targets at the near range, 327 milliseconds. Far range unarmored, 654 milliseconds. Bronze and silver armored, 763 milliseconds. And for gold armored targets at the far range, it will take 872 milliseconds. Here is a very good example where rate of fire does not necessarily mean better. While the PPD has 100 more RPM than the PPS, it also does 8 damage less per shot at the near ranges and 7 damage less shot at the far ranges. This adds up to a lot in time to kill. As you can see here, the numbers between the PPS and the PPD aren't even close. In fact, the PPD looks pretty solid. That is until you start looking at the PPSH, and those up-close ranges just cannot be beat, although the PPS still does better in the long range. Next, we're getting into the accuracy stats, so all of these statistics are now in degrees. First up, we have Conefire, and that is the spread of your weapon when you take your first shot. For the PPD, the Conefire is 0.7 degrees. It has an upward recoil of 0.46 degrees and a leftward recoil of 0.12 degrees. The variance for its shot is 0.18 degrees. The Conefire for the PPSH is 0.66 degrees. It has an upward recoil of 0.5 degrees, a leftward recoil of 0.1 degrees, and a recoil variance of 0.18 degrees per shot. The PPS has a Conefire of 0.65 degrees. It has an upward recoil of 0.41 degrees, with a leftward recoil of 0.09 degrees. Its recoil variance is 0.14 degrees. As you would expect with SMGs, all three of these weapons have really good recoil stats. The PPS is a little bit better than the other two, and that is to be expected considering you're not hauling around 71 bullets in a giant drum mag. Next, we have our sway statistics. The PPD has a standing sway of 1.7 degrees, crouch sway of 1.3 degrees, and a prone sway of 0.8 degrees. The sway penalty when moving is 1.5 degrees, and the fatigue penalty is 2.5 degrees. The PPSH standing sway is 1.6 degrees, the crouch sway 1.2 degrees, and the prone sway 0.7 degrees. The movement sway penalty is 1.3 degrees, and the fatigue sway penalty is 2.5 degrees. Lastly, the PPS has a standing sway of 1.6, crouch sway of 1.2, prone sway of 0.5, a penalty for moving of 0.8 degrees, and a sway fatigue penalty of 1.5 degrees. The sway values here are so close together for all three weapons that you're not going to really notice any difference between them. That being said, the PPS does have less movement and fatigue penalty values than the PPD or the PPSH. This means you can get back on target a little bit faster when you stop sprinting. Finally, we're looking at our precision stats. Now, your aiming modifier, you want to be as low as possible. The aiming modifier for the PPD is 0.55. The PPD also has a cone expansion per shot of 0.25 degrees, cone expansion while turning of 0.04 degrees, and a cone contraction per second of 1.5 degrees. The aiming modifier on the PPSH is 0.5. The expansion per shot is 0.2 degrees. The cone expansion while turning is 0.1 degrees, the cone contraction per second is 1.5 degrees. And lastly, the PPS has an aiming modifier of 0.5. Has a cone expansion per shot of 0.2 degrees, a cone expansion while turning of 0.03 degrees, and a cone contraction per second of 2.0 degrees. All three of these weapons have really good values for both cone expansion and cone contraction, with the PPS getting a slight edge on the other two, especially when you consider up close it takes one less bullet to kill a target. Alright, so that was a look at the PPD, the PPSH, and the PPS. So now I get to tell you which one I prefer the most. And even though the PPS won a lot of our categories, it does a little bit more damage and has a better range, I just love the PPSH. 71 rounds with the 850 RPM. Up close, it is just a beast. And even into the mid-ranges, you can still take out some targets without too much of a problem. So, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Whatever it is, leave those comments down below, as well as any suggestions for future videos. Now, the next set of SMG videos we have coming up is going to be the US. After that, we'll be doing another tier list of all of the SMGs. But until those videos come out, I hope you all have a wonderful time in-game. If you enjoyed or disliked this video, I do hope you comment on it and give it a thumbs up or down. If you want to see new videos, please hit the subscribe button, and to be notified of new content when it comes out, hit the notification bell. But for now, thanks for watching. Have yourself a great day, and don't forget to bring it no matter what you do. And I will see you guys in the next video.